You wake up by the side of the road. You don't remember how you got there, but you're here now. You look at your surroundings. It's a dark day. You're pretty sure it's Saturday morning. You stand up and you see that you were dropped off right in front of a very peculiar house. You've never been to this house before, or even this part of town. Where am I? You say to yourself. Maybe I can go ask somebody about this, you say to yourself. You then pick up your legs left to right, and you walk up to the closest house, the peculiar house you looked at earlier. It's all decrepit, old, and you don't see any car parked in the front. Does anybody live here? You say to yourself. 'Cause I don't think so, but I need somewhere to stay till I can figure something out. So you peek through the window, and it's just a normal house. Nobody inside, though. So you go up to the door. Knock, knock, knock. Nobody answers. I guess nobody's home, you say to yourself. I guess I can stay here for a bit. They probably won't mind. So you open the door. It was unlocked, so, they must have known that you wanted to come inside. You walk inside the house, taking your first step into darkness. Once inside the house, you look at your surroundings, and it's a very normal house at first. There's a table. There's cooking supplies, utensils, everything. But everything was covered in an air of mysticism. Darkness, you could say. Everything was dark. There is not a single light on in this house. Why is there not a single light on in this house? You exclaimed to yourself. You then walked around a bit, and you decide that you're pretty sleepy, even though you just woke up. I guess I can rest on this couch over here. For some reason, the couch was in the kitchen. What could have possibly happened that someone put a couch in a kitchen? You say to yourself. You then go down to lay on this couch when you hear an ominous voice from somewhere in the house. Heh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Your head then shoots up. There was a voice. There's this voice somewhere, you say loudly. I heard it, but I don't see anybody. I don't see a face to attach this voice to. You look around scaredly because you don't know where this voice came from. Why didn't the person in the house just tell me they were there? I would not have walked in, you say to yourself. You then get up and you run to the other side of the kitchen. Hi, I don't know why I'm here. Just don't hurt me, please, you say to yourself. You then realize you might have to fight whoever this is. If they were waiting for the perfect moment to strike, they might have ill intentions. So you go to the nearest knife and you pick it up. It may be a butter knife, but it's something at least. You then walk near the darkness, but not fully into it. I'm willing to hit you with this. If you get any closer, voice, you say loudly. The laugh echoes throughout the house. Your scared-ometer, which is how scared you are, is off the charts. You don't know what to do. No, you say loudly. You then run into the couch. You sit there, holding your knife out. I don't know, I have to hide somewhere, you say. You then get up and bolt to the living room, where you hope this monster won't find you. You then lay down in a defensive position in the middle of the living room. I will stab you, whoever you are, you exclaim loudly. Oh no! Worst possible thing happened. The monster jumped on you. It started clawing at your back, and then it flipped you over. Ah, no! Stop it, monster! I don't need this right now, you say to the monster. Says the monster, clawing at you continuously. This hurts, monster! Please, stop it! The monster doesn't stop it. It then rips open your stomach, and it starts clawing at your insides. You say to the monster. It then grabs hold of your small intestine, and it starts slurping it up like spaghetti. You don't know what to do in this situation. Maybe if I stay still, he won't hurt me anymore. But that didn't work in this situation. The monster continued to eat out your small intestine, and after he was finished with that, he then took your large intestine and started slurping it up too. No! I need that! Without your large intestine, how are you supposed to eat things and dispose of it correctly? You then get even more scared than before. It was off the charts. It's off the page now. The page where the scaridometer is. I need to do something, and something quick. You then pick up and start slashing at the monster. But the knife finishes through him. How is this happening? You say to yourself, in your mind, because if you told the monster that, he would get even angrier. He then keeps tearing at you, your large intestine nearly depleted. I need to do something, and something quick. I have one last thing I can do. You then take the butter knife and you stab it square in his nose. The monster goes. It starts clawing about, its body morphing and mangling at the sharp pain you inflicted upon it. The monster fell to the ground. You lost your small and large intestine, but you managed to get up without much pain that you've already been inflicted. Oh, jeez. That was crazy, you said to yourself. I have to get out of here. I have to get out of here now. You then bring your butter knife with you, your trusty butter knife, by ripping it out of the monster's head. You then bolt from the living room to the kitchen, to the couch in the kitchen, to the kitchen table, and then to the door at the front of the house. You then open it because it wasn't locked before, and you get outside. The phenomena, but before it was so dark outside, it was now all bright, probably 10:31 a.m. How did this happen? It was early Saturday morning, you said. You then looked around at the house, and it was all bright and cheery, no longer dark, and it even had a car in front when it wasn't there before. What? How did this happen? And then it hit you. You looked at what the house looked like. Oh my gosh, this isn't just any old house. This is the Family Guy house. You then looked at yourself and realized, wait a minute, I'm not just some guy. I'm Cleveland Brown. Whoa, how did this happen to me? You then hurriedly escaped back to your humble abode, the house that you own, which you forgot was on the other side of the road. Thankfully, I didn't lose much today. Even though I lost both of my intestines, I think I can live without them, you say to yourself. You then pat yourself on the back for living through the horrors of whatever that monster was.